Hi, I'm Mr. Mike, and this is my bike. And this is a quick video about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, and a little bit about who I am. I'm a 53-year-old math and science teacher from Randolph County, North Carolina. And I am going to be riding this bike across the United States this summer from Astoria, Oregon to Yorktown, Virginia. A little over 4,200 miles on the Trans Am Bike Trail. It is a route by the American Cycling Association that a lot of people use. So hopefully I'll meet some new friends along the way. And the reason I'm doing this is, well, just to show that I can, to myself mainly. And I'm using it as a way to raise money for computers for my students. I think computers and technology in school are super duper important. And I think that with that technology we can do a lot more to individualize the learning for each student. I think it can make it a little more engaging, a little more challenging for the ones that need it, a little more remediation for those that need that. And that's a little bit about me and a little bit about my bike. Of course, you can follow this wonderful adventure at mrmikeonabike.com, where I'll post videos like this, blog posts, pictures, tons and tons of pictures, and anything else I find and think of along the way. A lot of time to think on the bike when you're by yourself. I'll show you what's in the bags, a little bit about how I plan to survive, and the overall goal coming up next. Alright, so a little bit about the bike. I have three main goals for this trip. Number one, I want to finish. Number two, I want to be able to raise enough money, of course, to get a class set of Chromebooks. And number three, I want to have fun doing it. So in order to accomplish all those goals, there are several things that have to happen. Number one, in order to make it, I have to do things that keep me safe. I have two headlights. This is the weakest of the two. The other one's charging right now, but works perfect at night. This is the one I've used to ride at night. I can see just fine. It lasts several hours. The other one is an 1100 lumen, which way brighter. The front wheel has a dyno built in that as it turns, it charges a battery here, and that can in turn be used to charge other devices at the same time, or just I have a battery fully charged when I get to the end of the ride at the end of the day. Up here I have a mount for my phone. I have a water bottle that'll have just nutrients in it, electrolytes, things like that. It's a place to put extra snacks, just a snack while I ride. And here I have paper cue sheets, just in case everything else quits working. Plus I'll have any emergency stuff up here that I need. Reflective tape everywhere that I could possibly think to put it without just wrapping the bike. Solar charger for the nicer days, which will charge devices either while I ride or at the campsite. Rear lights. I have a third light that I plan to try to mount somewhere, but right now these are the two that I use mainly. One flashing and one that can be seen from pretty much outer space. I don't know how bright it looks on the video, but I have spots in my eyes just from turning it on still. So that little guy's bright. And he's USB rechargeable, so I can make it flash or anything, and I can recharge it each day. I have two panniers on the back, two large panniers. The signatures all over them are students and teachers, mostly students that I've had throughout the years, teachers I've worked with. It's pretty cool folks, actually. We've given away scholarships in the past, my wife and I, and now that I'm in middle school, scholarships aren't really what they're worried about yet, so we're raising money for a class set of computers. Tent poles underneath, a little hard to see, but they're there. Tent cover, sleeping bag. Haven't really decided which side to put what on yet, but one of the larger panniers will be full of clothing, jerseys, a couple of my favorites. A friend of mine out of Texas has helped me out with the bike, building super strong wheels. Never had a problem out of these wheels. Steel frame. The reason I ride a steel frame, this bike, looking at it right now, this bike has, according to Strava, a little over 20,000 miles on it in 6 years. I love this bike. It fits perfect. I just can't say enough about it. I've not had any problems with it. I've got it just like I want it. Just got it back from the shop with new gears, new chains, new brakes, new cables. I mean, she is ready to go. So am I. Alright, here I have a sleeping pad. I haven't used it yet, but it's wider than the one I used last year because, let's face it, I'm a big guy. I've lost 80 pounds to do this ride, but still a little bigger than most folks. I have a tool bag with plenty of spare tubes, all the tools I need, some cartridges. I have a pump, emergency spoke kit. I broke a lot of spokes as an early rider, but like I said, these new wheels are super strong, shouldn't have a problem. Suntan lotion, well, not suntan lotion, but sunscreen. This guy here, he's a new addition. Super lightweight, sit at the end of the day. Some of these guys on this ride are going to be riding 24 hours a day. I wish them the best, but I want to enjoy this trip, so I'm looking at maybe 12 max. At the end of the day, sitting on the ground, it's not as fun as it sounds. I've been using this chair for a week or two now, and I love it. It weighs maybe a pound. So, helmet, extra strappy cords in case I need them. Another solar rechargeable USB battery, headlamp, plenty of cables and plugs for everything. Almost everything I have, yeah, pretty much everything I have takes the same kind of cables, so just a couple extras in case. This guy here uses AA batteries, last resort for charging stuff. Always have a backup. First aid kit, gotta have that. Basically a hygiene bag, wipes, salt tablets, spork. You never know when you're going to find an ice cream shop. Some earbuds, or earplugs, for the loud campsites. Toothbrush, toothpaste. If you know what that is, you know why it's there. If you don't know why it's there, I'm not gonna go into detail on that one. It's a little weird. All right, headlamp. Of course, it's not everything, but it's 90% of the gear I'm going to take. Warmer jacket for the cold days. A little bit of warm weather gear for the super cold days. Gloves, long riding pants, long sleeve jerseys, that kind of thing. Some waterproof bags for putting everything in to make sure it stays nice and dry. Small stove for heating water, things like that. And I'll have some still pictures of the campsites and things like that from previous rides I can throw in there to kind of show what's going on. And once again, that pretty much covers it. I'm not really big on details, so if you have any questions about anything, I'll be glad to answer them. But, you know, I'm getting bored of myself now talking, so you probably are too. So thank you, and follow me on MikeOnABike.com, MrMikeOnABike.com.